A fun and not so fun fact, I actually filmed this for like 3 times and this is like third take. That just shows how much effort I put into this. Okay, roll the intro. Yes, I have an intro. Pretty sick intro, huh? It was a work in progress. I'll probably change it. So in the meantime, just stick with that. So why on earth would you rather spend your money on this cheap little tiny cute camera instead of like saving more and buying a DSLR? So let me tell you why. So this camera is a Canon M100. I've been using this for like 5 months now. I've been using this for the China travel video and the episodes that you've watched, and even some of the vlogs if you follow this channel for a long time. So where do I start? It's a good camera. It's an affordable camera. It's not for those pro photographers or videographers who are in this field for like years and years already. It's more of a beginner startup where you just want to where you still find out what you want to do, or you just needed an affordable camera to go shoot some pictures or take some videos on your trip. And disclaimer, this is not sponsored, this is like a biased review. So I'm gonna go in depth into the details of this camera, not scientifically, but just based on what I know about this camera. And if you consider buying this camera, stick around. Then if you don't want to wait long enough, just go and buy it now. It's a good camera. Okay, so it comes with cute little lens. It's a kit lens, 15 to 45mm with an aperture of 3.5 to 6.3, and it's image stabilized, and woof, it takes really crispy, really smooth footage and pictures. It gets the shot that I wanted from the places that I see and from the angles that I wanted. And this lens is an EF-M series. It's not the EF-S or EF series that you know. It fits in a DSLR. This is a mirrorless camera. It's not a DSLR and it's not like the full frame camera. But with a converter like this, you can probably fit like lenses that fits in a DSLR or a full frame camera. So that's what I thought of when I'm deciding over a DSLR and a mirrorless and all that. Because if you buy a DSLR, there's no reason buying a mirrorless lens. You might as well just spend more on these kind of lenses, like standard lenses on your DSLR. So for buying a mirrorless camera, which you can fit like basically all of the lenses that Canon made. That's my whole point of getting the mirrorless camera. And because it's affordable and I'm just getting started to go into this field of photography and cinematography, and that's why I don't want to spend much on like a better body or like a better camera. So from the specs of this camera, it's an aps-c crop sensor. It's the sensor that you usually find in like a mirrorless camera or like a cheaper DSLR, and it shoots 1080 with 60 frames per second, and that's exactly what I want out of the camera. It shoots really cool B-rolls from the vlogs that you watch. And yeah, it's pretty decent. The color, I really like the color, but sometimes I'm surprised with the footage that I can get from my phone. I'm shooting my phone right now if you don't know, because some of the footage from my phone is actually better than this one. So, but depends. You don't buy a phone to shoot videos, right? You buy a freaking camera to shoot videos. Okay, enough bullshit. It shoots decent pictures. I don't usually take pictures with this. I usually take videos with it because I'm more of a video guy than a photography guy. And it's really small. Look at this. Like, how big it is. And that's a plus for me too, because it's easy to carry around. And I heard some complaints about photographer and videographer like carrying a bazooka or it's like carrying a power bank around, and it just gets frustrating if you're on the run. So with all of the things that packs inside this thing, this tiny little thing, it really gives you the advantage to shoot more and don't get that frustrated when shooting, because you don't want to be annoyed or frustrated when shooting, right? You want to enjoy and just have fun when you're out shooting, and that's one of the reasons why I buy this. But regarding the specs and all that, I'll probably upgrade to like a better camera in the future, but in the meantime I will stick with this. Okay, I've been talking a lot of good things about it. It has a built-in image stabilizer, and sometimes it works, but sometimes it just doesn't really work. And for a cheapskate like me, I don't want to buy like a gimbal. I don't want to spend a lot of money on gear because I'm more focused on the techniques and what you can do with what you have. But in some cases, when you frame it really nicely, you depend on the image stabilizer too much, and that's when it starts to go crazy. And you always have that feeling like, damn it, this is a really good shot if it is stabilized. I still can't figure out the color shifting thing, because sometimes when you shoot shoot, it tends to change the color a little bit. I forget where I put the footage. I can't really give you an example. So like during post-production, when you're editing, you feel like what the hell is going on with the camera, and sometimes the exposure just goes off and it gets really annoying, and you have to use some of the extra time to like set the exposure, because when I'm on the go, like when I'm traveling, I don't have the time to like manually expose the footage, so I'll always put it in auto. So I depend a lot on the auto function, but it just doesn't work. But when it works, it's nice. It's like if you have a kid, if he or she gets straight A's, you'll be like, oh, it's nice. And when he starts to fail his subjects, you'll be like, bad boy, bad girl. That's exactly how I feel when I'm using this camera. So all in all, I don't want to drag this too long. This is a pretty decent camera. If you're kind of like me, kind of getting into this field of like filmmaking or like photography, you should probably consider buying this, because it's around 2,000 with the kit lens and the bag and the charger, but it doesn't give me the extra battery, so that's the downside for that. But 2,000 ringgit for this thing is really nice. It's really, you can't find it anywhere in the market. I mean, Nikon makes good cameras, like Sony makes good cameras, but Sony, if you've done your research, Sony, there's a lot of models, and the new ones keep coming up, and you just can't decide which one to buy. And that's exactly how I feel. It's like, if I buy this, who knows, they release a new one and it's gonna get more expensive over time. But for this one, it's like it releases last year, so it's quite new in the market, and it's really affordable and it shoots decent quality footage. It's a good camera. But if you're one of the professionals and you're used to the viewfinder thing, this doesn't have a viewfinder, and you want better quality footage, or you're shooting for a job or a commercial, I don't think this is the camera you're looking for. Or if you just want something light, something cheap, or something just to play around, I will drop a link of the website that I bought it from. And again, I'm not sponsored by them. That is just a place where I get my gears and all that. It's a really good website. It's a really good company. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anything. Hope you like this review. If I missed something, you can just ask me in the comments below, or hit me up on Instagram, DM me, or whatever. I like to talk with you guys. Hit that like button, hit that share button if you have some friends who are considering buying this, or who wants to get into this field of photography and I keep twisting my tongue when I say photography and videography. If your friends are just getting into this field, or like still deciding which camera to buy, then you should probably show them this video. Hope you like this video, and see you guys in the next video. That is a weird sound to make. See you guys.